So we interrupt the opening week of dove season because we're dedicated, or at least I am. You don't dove hunt, do you?
No,
I do. I
I
do. I've
mean,
been dove
define
hunting.
define dove hunt. Popping them off with a pellet rifle every now and then. Yeah,
No,
sure.
I'm not even sure that's legal. But anyway,
Oh,
uh,
I mean, I don't do that.
okay, yeah. Anyway, I dove hunt right here, and I had to skip today. I'll go out there tomorrow. But right out there is where I go dove hunting. So,
Okay,
but anyway, hey, we're dedicated, and we're excited about this podcast because LSU is.
want to know.
Want to know? Just like Brian Kelly's been preaching, they've had it plastered all over the football ops center all offseason. Want to know?
Yes,
And a
want
lot
to
of
know.
people thought, well, that's a lot of pressure you're putting on your guys. Yeah, guess what? They rose to the challenge.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you need. You need
You had
to.
to try something different. That's what
Yeah, you
Kelly
need
said.
to.
It's like what we've been doing isn't working.
And look, I'll tell you, I'm not gonna say I agreed with the pundits, but if you're gonna do it, you better deliver. And we delivered. That's it.
Big
You
time.
have to deliver. You came out and said, "Look, we're gonna deliver." Because if you remember last year, you and me, we kind of talked some shit about Will Campbell because Will Campbell said we were going to Las Vegas to get in a fist fight. We were going out there to
We're
win,
going to
and
run the ball.
we are going to run the ball. We're going to get in a fist fight, and we're going to win a national championship. And not, you know what? Bullshit.
You didn't run the ball, dude.
No,
No.
and
But
you didn't get in a fist fight. So
LSU went out there Saturday night in Death Valley Junior. And
yeah,
yeah, we ran the ball even. First play of the game for LSU, 25-yard run. Beautiful. Um, let's kind of roll through this, dude, and
yeah,
let's talk about the high points. But just to kind of set the table, look at what we're coming off of. Not last year. Last year we were mediocre on defense, but the secondary was sketchy. Safety play was terrible. Major Burns was just really just awful. Um, the front was okay. Um,
yeah, ish.
anyway, this year coming in, this defense bought and paid for, partially by Brian Kelly, by the way. He spent $1 million of his own money, but yeah, partially,
Technically, he donated $1 million elsewhere to the university.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
let's keep this on the up and up. Technically, he donated money to the university, and it happened to match the amount we spent on NIL.
yeah. Anyway, um, but yeah, we bought a defense. I don't think at this juncture,
Bayou Bandits.
yeah, we bought
Yeah,
the Bayou Bandits. That's what we
yeah,
bought. At this juncture, there's no shame in saying that because everybody else is doing it. If you don't do
yeah.
it, somebody else
I
is
mean,
doing it.
it's what college football has become, and that's what you have to do, and we
Guy
did it.
right there in the middle. If we didn't pay for him to come here, somebody else pays for him to come there.
Yes.
So let's go get him.
Yeah,
Uh,
and somebody else is doing a podcast talking about him right now instead of us.
but let's not start with him. Let's start up front. And
Okay,
I want to start on the defensive ends.
go
Um,
ahead.
the defensive ends blew my mind. And I've heard all camp how the offensive line just sucks and offense is going to struggle if this is the best protection they can give. And I wondered a few times, I thought to myself, maybe the defensive line is just that good. They are. They are that good. Matter of
Yes,
fact, turns out they
yes,
are.
yeah,
Jack
yes.
Pyburn,
Vintage,
Patrick Payton.
yeah, vintage LSU.
Yeah, Jack Pyburn, Patrick Payton, Gabe Relaford, and Jamari Butler, all, quite frankly, now Gabe Relaford was here last year, but honestly, all as good as or better than what we've been having. And
Yeah.
and we got four of them. We have four, four of them, and they would all start last year and be an improvement on
Oh
what we
God,
had.
yeah,
Yeah, all of them.
yeah, absolutely.
First play from scrimmage. Clemson has the ball. First defensive play for us. Patrick Payton blows it up, knocks down a pass. I'm like, okay, I see you.
Yeah,
He continued that trend. That guy carrying the ball right there, that's because Patrick Payton and Jack Pyburn were flushing Cade Klubnik, supposed to be the number one overall Heisman favorite, all this bullshit.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-uh.
It's hard to look like a Heisman favorite when you got guys all up in your grill all night long.
Yeah. and he
And
overthrew
that's what happened.
because he's throwing off his back foot because he's about to get planted. And Mansour Delane picks it off. Um, so yeah, defensive ends, fantastic. Defensive tackles, even honestly, even
Right.
more impressive to me because I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting the defensive ends.
Right.
What'd you
Yeah,
see out of
I mean,
say Don McKinley?
they all. I mean, look, up the middle was great. You bring up McKinley, and I'm gonna bring up Jacoby and Guillory. I thought Guillory had a great game. Guillory looked
Yeah,
good. Uh, we're
6-year
we're
senior.
back to kind of yeah, we're back to what we expect out of LSU. This is to bring up Brandon Taylor. He's talked about this in the past during some of our defensive struggles the last few years. Is there's a standard, and he always uses that phrase, the standard at LSU that we were not living up to the last few years. Saturday night, that was the standard. That's what LSU is about. It's
For sure.
all three levels stepping up, and you,
He,
you know your role, know your job, do what you do, and everybody eats.
I, 2011, let's talk about something real quick. 2011. Remember there was a game where we had some suspensions and
Hmm.
oh no, got suspensions. So here we are rolling, we're undefeated.
Yeah,
Next man up.
that was the Auburn game.
Yeah, next man up. And these other two dudes come in and wind up second string players wind up getting drafted because they were so damn good. That's what LSU has this year. Now, I'm not saying their 2011 defense remains to be seen, but they are deep, bro, and they're deep at every level. Um, yeah, every level. I mean, I was gonna even just say, except maybe safety, but we learned they're deep there too.
But well,
Um,
we're deep at safety too.
Don McKinley was just a monster at D tackle. I saw him because I was looking for Bernard Gooden because I've been hearing about him all camp about how disruptive this little but to by defensive tackle standards, little 268, 270 pound DT, kind of like Kyle Williams, right? Just wrecking shop. They were talking about he was just owning the defensive line, and that's part of the reason they're like our offensive line. I'm sorry, oh, our offensive line must suck. No, Bernard Gooden's the real deal. But while I'm watching him and he's causing chaos, I'm like, damn, look at Dominic McKinley. He looks like a dude out there. He's a unit. And he's just tossing people around like Glenn Dorsey. I'm like, my God.
Yeah.
And then, like you mentioned, Jacoby and Guillory, 6-year senior coming off of big dude coming off of Achilles rupture. That's that's a huge injury for somebody like him, man.
Yeah.
And to play as well
Especially
as he
somebody that
did.
size.
Yeah, to play as well as he did. Completely impressed with the defensive line. I came into this game and I mentioned this, and you've said it as well. Clemson probably the best defensive line we'll play all year. No, we've been playing them all August. We've been playing the best
Yeah, yeah,
defensive line we're going
true.
to play all August in fall camp because that
Yes,
title, from what I've seen so far, resides in Baton Rouge.
yes.
And
Solid,
I
solid
did
core
think we
cross.
mentioned this last week. I thought that was my hot take is our defensive line, as much as I've heard about Clemson's, and I know they're good, but as much as I've heard about them, ours is going to be better. That was my hot take. And
Yeah.
I should have thrown some money on that. I don't gamble. So that's a
Yeah.
defensive line. Let's go to linebackers. What do you think? Oh, there's one right there.
Yeah, that guy, and I'll let you talk about the other guy,
Yeah,
but that guy right there had a great game.
he did.
We talked about this last week. He was supposed to be the starter all last year, but he was banged up, didn't get to play at full, he just wasn't full go. He wasn't healthy all year. But he's steady, he's solid, he's where he needs to be when he needs to be. He makes the plays he needs to make. Yeah, and we're talking about that weeks, because not we got to start calling them by their first name because we got a whole pile of weeks now. But
And
West
they're a month's
had,
worth.
yeah, yeah, almost. Uh, but yeah, West I thought had a great game, and then your boy, I'll let you hype up your guy.
My boy, I told Nooch, one of the things that just got me hyped up. We've been talking about this for a couple of years now. We need some swagger on this defense, and we saw flashes of it last year. Witt's going to bring some swagger. Well, early on in the game, I don't even know if I think he made the tackle, but dudes were just busting through there and just hitting somebody. They're just going to go hit somebody. Hopefully, it's somebody with the ball. They're just
Yeah,
out there like just reckless abandon. And he wound up tackling somebody behind the line and got up and just like, I mean, just jumped up with his surgically repaired knee that I was concerned about. Oh, that might affect his speed. No, not hardly. And he just jumps
no,
up and like, yeah, and he's screaming, and you can hear him over all the noise in the stadium. Like, all right, we got a little swagger. And he had a
yeah, yeah.
great game. He had a great game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it in the game thread. He was my defensive MVP for the game. I thought he played amazing. He did everything you expect a defensive leader to do. I mean, he's a stud. He's a
I need
guy.
to get a
He's
job
that
with
dude. You
PFF.
use your phrase.
Yeah. I need to get a job with
Yeah.
PFF because that's my man crush. And when you said that, I remember thinking, maybe I should have said that too, but I felt like another player was the defensive MVP. And we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
But
and yeah, we'll get to him because you correct. Well, that was your call in the
yeah,
actual game thread as it was going. You picked someone other than your guy.
yeah, as
So I
defensive
tip
MVP,
tip my
and
cap to you for calling it.
he wound up. Well, let's just go there. Let's go to cornerback. I was going to start at safety,
Okay.
but it's that guy right there, number 4,
Yeah.
Mansour
The
Delane.
one with the
I'm
ball
sitting
in
there
his hand.
looking at him, the one with the ball in his hand. Why would a cornerback have the ball in his hand? Because he got a pastry. He got a turnover, baby.
Stolen.
Yeah, he got
Yes.
that INT. Now he got it off of probably Whit Weeks and Jack Pyburn and definitely Patrick Payton uh, terrorizing Cade Klubnik. But anyway, he overthrew the ball, and my guy I'm touting right now. He's not my guy. He's not my man crush, but I'm touting him. Uh, he got that
Yeah.
interception. He was the highest graded defensive. He was the highest graded player. PFF
Yes.
wise for
Overall.
LSU, and he was SEC Defensive Player of the Week. Mansour Delane, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely. And yeah, he
Looks
got
like
that.
DBU, doesn't he?
Yeah, he kind of, I mean, he had to catch that pick. It hit him in that, you see that little white spot in the middle of the four? I mean, that's where the ball hit him.
Yeah,
So you got to catch that one, dude.
yeah,
So,
you're right. You're right.
but all seriousness, he played shutdown. I
They
mean, I guess
tried
we'll
him a
stick around
lot.
on the
Dude.
front.
They tried him a lot.
Well, yeah, you got to because if you look around, it was a lot of fresh faces for us, and really the only guy from last year who played any corner for us was Woodland, who,
Number
you
11
know, yeah, that guy
started
who
off the game with a
he had a
huge
great game.
sack
Started the game with a sack,
right up
and
the
I mean
D guy.
they yeah, and
Bolt of lightning.
they threw at him. He covered his position very well. We talked about this the last couple of weeks. He's a guy who he's shown flashes in the past, so you knew he could do it. You just got to put it together, and he put it together Saturday night. He played. I don't know what his overall grade was on PFF, but I thought he played very well. I know he had a couple of breakups. And then behind him, you had my guy, DJ Pickett. DJ Pickett played, I think you said it was 24 snaps, 2 targets, no completions.
Completions.
Yeah, zero. And there's video of him just absolutely smothering a much smaller guy, changing direction, flipping the field. And I mean, he's a big guy to be doing that.
Six
And
five.
true freshman already doing that.
Yeah.
So I think we'll start seeing even more and more of him as this
Oh,
season goes
definitely.
on.
I'm kind of looking forward to this weekend to see how much of him and is Ashton Stamps going to play DB? Because he didn't. We were expecting. I knew Mansour Delane was going to start at one boundary corner, but I've been talking PJ Woodland up a little bit later in camp. I'm like, he's coming. Don't sleep on him. But I honestly thought it was going to be Ashton Stamps. Ashton Stamps did not play one down as a DB. He played. It's not because he was suspended or hurt. He played special teams. And Brian Kelly was asked why he wasn't playing, and he said because we play the best guys. Ooh,
Yeah,
hurtful, but I mean,
yeah,
I'm with the coach.
right.
Play the best guy. Appreciate that he's not
Yeah.
playing favorites or seniority here. Play the best guys, dude. We got to win.
Yes. Have to.
Win.
And we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let's go to safety. Unsung hero. I started a thread on Game Day Tigers. AJ Halsey was out for the first half. We're not going to get too deep in the weeds with
Yeah.
that, but bottom
No,
line, got in a
it
fight in
happened.
the last game of his Houston career, and it was a fight. He punched somebody, and he got ejected. And lo and behold, Dabo Swinney ratted him out. Now he's at LSU, and hey, by the way, he got in a fight last year. Dabo's a snake. He's a narc. He's a little bitch, and he ratted him
Yeah.
out, and that's okay because Jordan Gilbert stepped up in his place and played damn good. And I'm
Yes.
very excited for Jordan Gilbert because I didn't know where he was going to play this year. He was basically
I
running as the backup star in camp.
yeah, and we spent time in the last one just kind of we don't badmouth players, so I ain't gonna say badmouthing him, but we discussed that he was a hole last year. He was a liability. He was a problem.
It's
Yeah,
hurt.
now he's a problem for the other team. So it's
Yeah,
not
played real
he's no
well.
longer our problem. He's our opponent's problem.
I kind of felt bad for him because although he frustrated me last year, but then I found out he had a separated shoulder most of the year. Can you imagine trying to tackle somebody with a separated shoulder?
I have a bad
So had
shoulder.
a
No, I couldn't
he had
imagine.
a different like a hand injury or something as well. Had surgery in the off season and came back, and in the meantime we get AJ Halsey, we get Tamarcus Cooley. Where's he going to play? You know, you don't go out in the portal and spend millions of dollars for people to come and sit.
Right?
So where's Jordan Gilbert going to play? Well, I don't know, but he did a damn good job Saturday night playing safe.
Yes. Yeah,
So
absolutely. I mean,
hat tip to
DBU
him.
DBU looks back, dude.
Yeah,
It sure game one, but you're going up against a top five NFL pick, potential Heisman favorite, and shit, they had nothing in the passing game.
yeah.
I mean, we shut that down.
They
So,
had more in passing game than they did in a running game, dude. Shit, they didn't do anything in
right.
the running game. My God.
Yeah, I mean, we just shut them down at every level, but I mean, is what it is. Our defense did what it needed to do. DBU is back. We're 1-0, and hey, yeah, you know what? Let's talk about the offense a little while too while we're at it.
You don't want to talk about star position at all?
Oh yeah,
How about the
that
number
guy.
seven? How about
That
number
guy.
seven?
Yeah, we could bring him up. Why not? I
Yeah.
mean, he did I.
He looked pretty good, man. He looked pretty good. He got
He
himself a sack early on,
yeah.
and then also ended the game. He walked it
Yes.
off, basically.
That he did.
Doing what he does best.
Yeah, exactly. He had the type of game like what he did against Ole Miss 2 seasons ago when remember even Lane Kiffin made the comment, man, what was different that that guy played.
Yeah.
And
When number 40 came in.
that was more how we used him. And I mean, Klubnik now is going to kind of think about Perkins the same way Jackson Dart does. Like, man, I really hope I don't ever have to see that guy again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Harold was fantastic. He coming off of ACL and knee surgery, just like my guy with his leg injury. I expected maybe, let's see, is he going to be ready or whatever? Is he going to be nervous about it? No,
No, not
not.
at all.
He was
No
full
fear.
speed and it might have gained a stroke. I don't know. He's
Yeah.
fast, dude. He's quick as hell and he's fast.
Yes, and he's in the right position now. He's not a middle linebacker like we tried to use him last year. Now we're using him as an athlete, as a playmaker. I
Yeah,
mean, look, your job now is to go out and make plays, whether it's deep, whether it's in coverage, whether it's spy, whether it's rushing. Your job is to make plays, and that's what he excels at. That's what he does. And as a spy, he was awesome. There was quite a few plays where he's not going to get any credit for anything in the stat sheet. He didn't get a tackle. He didn't get a pressure, but he forced Klubnik would throw it away when, it looked like he might be able to run and gain a few yards or whatever. No, he had to throw it away because right off camera, there was Perkins. Perkins was spying on him and ready. Like, yeah, dude, run. I dare you. or even throw it and try to throw it against our DBs, and they had to just throw it away. And that doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but that absolutely affected the outcome of those plays.
Real quick before we move to offense, something you just said, go ahead and throw it in our DBs. I listened to an interview with that guy, number four, and he totally, like, hey, you had a great game, PFF best player on the team, defensive SEC defensive player of the week. He got the interception. He's like, dudes, 100% on the front seven, 100%. He said they were causing so much chaos. How could you throw? How could
Yeah,
you throw? They made it so easy. And I think that's interesting because I've heard several guys talk about that. I've heard Weeks say that playing behind the defensive line, it make our job easy. They cause so much chaos, we can get there. And then they get there and they make the DB's job easy because a guy like Cade Klubnik's
yeah,
throwing off his back foot to number four. Uh,
right. Yeah,
Team sport.
yeah, absolutely, 100%. And each unit does their job. You get what we saw Saturday night, which was virtually a shutout.
I will say this is easily the best defense I've seen LSU field since 2015.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Um, and I understand, we had Chris Fulton and you know Stingley and we had some dudes in 2019. Really, as a whole, top to bottom, too deep right now.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely. Solid.
let's move to offense. Let's go ahead
Yeah,
and start with something we talked about a lot last time about the wide receivers. We wondered how the ball, how we're going to get the ball to all these guys. Well, we actually did. It didn't look like it. We scored 17 points, two touchdowns and a field goal. Really, three touchdowns and should have been two or three field goals.
yeah,
But irrelevant. Moving on. Brian Kelly apologized. We're going to take the points from now on. And then I don't even know how far you want to go down that rabbit hole on that touchdown they took off the board, but
yes,
somehow you got a receiver that catches the ball, takes at least two steps, then hits the pylon with the ball inside breaking the plane, and that's not a touchdown because he hit the ground and the ball moved a little bit.
yeah. Well,
Um,
it.
it's
I
stupidity
don't.
because
Yeah,
later we had a running back that broke the plane, dove and dived, and he's in midair. Ball hits the ground, and that's not a fumble. That's a touchdown. But with our guy, it's like, oh,
like I
it's not a
said, I
catch.
don't know. I don't know what's a catch anymore. Every week I seem to see a different catch that, like, oh yeah, that's absolutely a catch, and no, it's not. Or there's
This
one.
is the
Okay,
old
well,
Des Bryant rule.
yeah, it is,
Was.
but you see it called both ways so many times that like I said, I don't know what is or isn't a catch. So many every week I see a game and say, oh yeah, that's a catch, and they rule it's not, or the other way
Yeah,
around. I was
we,
like, well, the
we
way
thought
they've
they
been
were
calling it,
reviewing, dude. We thought they were reviewing because they called him out at the half yard line. A half yard, he hit the pylon. What are you talking about?
right?
Oh, they're gonna fix this. This is a touchdown. No, this is not a catch.
Nobody, none of
Pardon?
the announcers, the referee,
No,
the rules expert, nobody thought incomplete. Everybody thought, oh
yeah,
yeah, so that's a
yeah.
touchdown. We got him.
ABC's got the Herbie and Fowler in there with the rules expert,
Yeah,
all calling it a touchdown. Not a
right.
touchdown.
So I
That's
don't know.
that
Whatever.
SEC officiating for you. Whatever.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So
But
yeah,
hey, out of the wide receivers, obviously I'd have to say you give the wide receiver game ball, and I gave the offensive game ball to Aaron Anderson.
yeah, I did too. Anderson
Um,
was early on. He was the
like,
offense. He was a man on a mission.
well, in that second half, yeah, to start that second half, he was just boop boop, boop boop, boop boop,
Yes.
and 36 yards, 12 yards,
Yeah.
first down machine.
Yeah. We should have got him one more yard somewhere just so he could break
Just to get
100.
100, yeah, because he got
Yeah, he ended
99
up at
yards.
99. But still, he had, which we knew what he's
You
capable
know
of.
where it would have been? He he should have had a bunch of more yards and a touchdown, but they had that play call back penalty for Barry and Brown committed a procedure penalty of some sort, and he was gone. There was nobody in
Yes.
front of him when he caught that ball. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe they called that bullshit.
Yeah.
He was gone. Um, but yeah, Aaron Anderson, Good day, sir. Good day.
Yeah, very good game.
Glad you're on our side. Um, Clearly a guy that Nuss is comfortable with. I mean, he just went to him time after time after time there early in the second half. Nussmeier reeled off 11 in a row, his last 11 passes.
Yeah,
Back to the receivers, I would say Barry and Brown is a problem. Now, did he score a touchdown? No, but he
no,
will.
yeah.
He will.
Well, he did, but
He
they
did.
didn't give it to him. But he did.
He did, but he's a problem. He's bad fast. And LSU was just uber conservative. And I think it's just because we're on the road, we're playing a great defense. And Brian Kelly didn't want to take chances. And honestly, I
They
don't blame him. I mean,
they it looked like they respected the hell out of Clemson's front seven.
mhm,
So it looked like the entire offense was designed around get the ball out quick, mostly short passes.
yeah.
Don't rely on the offensive line to have to hold these guys back. Let's just get there and kind of chip your way downfield. Hell, at one point they ran the exact same screenplay, throw
Three
John
times in a row.
Rogan
And why would you not?
to
Why
wide
would you
John. Yeah,
not? And I'm going to tell you, let's talk about that three plays. Let's go ahead and get to Trades Green.
okay.
He's the reason they did that.
Yeah,
And the ball didn't even go to him.
no. But you got to pay attention to
But
him.
you have to respect him. And he had already shown him you better respect me. And they finally slid somebody else over there to him. Bauer Sharp, Jawan Johnson, Donovan Green, whoever it was. I
It
don't know.
was, the three straight screens was every single one was to Jawan Johnson. We got two first downs, and then I think the third time we only got 6 yards out of it or something
Yeah.
like that. Because
But every one of those was in 13 personnel. You know
yeah,
how many times I've heard of 13 personnel? Three
no,
times. Those
yeah,
three times. I've heard of
yeah,
12 personnel because
right,
Smiles used to coach here.
yeah,
But 13, three tight ends and one running back, three tight
yeah,
ends,
yeah,
and just picked them apart. Just picked them apart. That was beautiful.
yeah,
Almost
absolutely.
like you were toying with them. And it's because of Trades. Every time Trades was targeted was either a penalty. The first one was an uncalled penalty.
Oh God, yeah,
The next two or three were penalties, and then the touchdown.
yes, yeah. I mean, the guy's just he's a
He's
freak of
unguardable.
yeah. He's 6'7", 240, and runs like a freak. It's how do you?
Can
I
jump
mean,
through the gym.
his touchdown was against a 5'11" DB. He's six
Yeah,
seven against 5'11". That's just not
it's not
that's just
fair.
not that's just not fair.
Yeah,
And we didn't even attempt to throw it like a fade pattern. It was like, hey,
I know.
dude,
He caught it at his hip. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
come on, Nuss.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
get it up in his eyes at least.
yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, he just basically boxed him out like he was getting a
yeah,
rebound.
well, he's a
And
basketball player, dude.
right, yeah,
Maybe
that's
you
what
don't
I thought.
follow basketball, but one of the games I watched last year, I watched because he was playing, and it was against Alabama, and I saw the dude block a shot, go get it, and beat the guy down the court and dunk in his face. And
Hmm.
that guy that he did that against was drafted number 5 overall, not
Oh,
not fifth
okay.
round, drafted number 5 in the NBA. That's the kind of freak this guy is.
Yeah, and he's a weapon. He's
Yeah, and he's a
I mean,
sophomore.
yeah, which means we got him for a whole nother year after this.
Yeah, good
So
lord.
good to
But
have.
talking about and I know he's a tight end. Nootch, I thought you were a little harsh on Bauer Sharp. You said let's just talk about receivers, but I thought you
Okay.
were a little harsh. You said he was soft. I that's not the word I would use
So when I say soft, I don't mean lack of effort. I guess maybe we're just more accustomed to
because he fumbled
it wasn't just the fumble, it was there was a couple of other plays where it looked like he was kind of being manhandled somewhat.
in blocking.
No, actually I was thinking more like down the field even.
Okay,
There was the fumble, there was the play. Actually, it was the exact same play that Mason Taylor had scored the 2-point conversion on against Alabama.
I do remember that.
Uh, yeah, you got to make that catch in that spot, and he didn't even make the catch. Basically, he got hit right after the ball got to him, almost identically
I
to
thought
what
he should
Mason
have caught the
Taylor did.
ball first
Yeah,
game with us.
but still, you gotta make that catch. There was the fumble, which I'm still questioning whether or not that was a
Wasn't even
fumble.
a damn
They, they,
fumble.
they they called it one. I mean, they called it a fumble.
Bullshit call.
Yeah, it was, but it just I guess I'm used to guys being a little bit more of the aggressor dishing out the punishment as from our tight end instead of our tight end accepting the punishment I guess is the
I
best way
guess
to
I
put
get
that.
what you're saying, but to me, I kind of compared him to a Mason Taylor, and Mason Taylor didn't do what you're talking about. He didn't dish out any punishment.
No,
He was a
but
liability in run blocking, but a great
again,
receiving tight end.
I'm talking down the field. Like again, the catches downfield. Once he's got the ball, he's leaning forward. He's
Yeah, we'll
just
see, because
that type
he
of
did
thing
make the
that
catch on the sideline where it was probably the only ball I saw Nuss throw that was what you would call a what they call it a TWP now in PFF. It's a turnover worthy play.
okay.
And it was a pass that had a chance to get picked off, got deflected. He caught it and took off down the sideline, barely stepped out of bounds, or he'd have scored. Uh,
Yeah, I remember that play.
so I give him a little leeway because it's early, and I give him a lot of grace for, yeah, okay, you fumbled. Number one, it wasn't a fumble. Number two, even if it was, I kind of understood it because he got shocked that the guy was even there. He caught the ball, it was behind him, and when he turned, boom, he got hit. So I don't even really blame him for the
And
fumble.
actually, and what everybody is missing, that's not why he actually fumbled. If you look at the guy who hit him, he actually raked the ball. So it wasn't the
Yeah.
hit. He got it
But it
raked
was
off.
a surprise hit. He didn't have time to do that, or whatever.
But my thing is, according to later in the game, if he had caught that down the sideline, they'd have called it incomplete.
Yeah.
If he caught it like right at the goal line, that was an
Oh,
incomplete
yeah, it wouldn't have been a touchdown. But
because it was literally the
but
exact
it was
same
almost
play.
a touchdown going the other way. And
Yeah,
he ran down. That guy, his brother played for Clemson in 2019 when we played him in the championship. That dude's good. He's a great, and he's fast. And
yeah.
Power Sharper ran his ass down from behind and stopped the touchdown, held them to a field goal because our defense then went 1, 2, 3 plays in a row for -1 yards. You better kick it, bitch. And they kicked the field goal. And that Bauer Sharp deserves credit for that.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I say I'm not knocking his effort. I did not want that to come across as knocking his effort at all. I thought he played well. Uh, I don't know.
We'll see what he does going forward. But they did get Donovan Green in, better blocker. And then Trades is just a freak. So,
Yes,
13 personnel. Never thought I'd see the day. Xavier Thomas, I said last week he's going to be somebody you better not sleep on, and he was all over the field.
yep, like,
He threw a pass, completed a pass
yep.
on a trick play. He had several solid runs. Joe Sloan was in his bag with Xavier, getting him the ball however he could.
He averaged 8.7 a carry running the ball. So
Yeah, and then he caught passes. He ran back punts. Uh, Freaking penalty on the punt return too,
yeah,
because that hurt. Because he had a great punt return. He's found himself a spot in all these transfer receivers that we brought in. Nick Anderson didn't really do much, which is a shame because he's probably the most physical wide receiver we have.
yeah. I saw him
But
out there a couple of times, but
he was out
he didn't
there, but
really
he didn't
do
do much.
anything. I did see him on the field, but he
Barry
didn't.
and Brown was actually your best blocker. And that's why he's going to play. He's fast as hell, but he was actually the best blocker of the wide receivers.
Good.
Um, Something we haven't touched on is the running game. Thought the running game was pretty solid. Could be better and will be better. We were literally playing guys. What Nootch and I thinks now that the season has started, we're not facing each other, not facing ourselves. That's the best defensive front seven we're going to see.
Yes, on paper at least they are. So
Yeah,
we'll see how the season plays out and see who does what where. But yeah, they were very good. You said I thought we ran the ball effectively.
efficiently.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good enough. It wasn't the LSU run game that we would want to see. I mean, I'd like to see it improve, especially between the tackles, off
I remember
tackle.
you saying that in early 2019 too. So God, your lips to God's ears.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2019, I felt we didn't. we really didn't try. We just said, hey, screw it. We got Joe Burrow and we'll just throw the ball all day. But once we started running it, it was, Clyde had a phenomenal season. And hey, like, I hope you're right. I hope that's what this is. We went up against a great defensive front. Going forward, let's see what this new offensive line can do. See if they can get that push up the middle where we can run the ball between the tackles and not just outside. And let's go get it.
Thought Caden Durham had a good game. Xavion, again, we'll mention him because, again, Nooch said he averaged over 8 yards a carry. I don't know how
Yeah.
many. He carried the ball 3 or 4 times.
Three carries. He
Three
ended up
carries.
with it was
Dewan
8 points rush
Johnson was
third.
probably, I would say, RB2.
Well, him, surprisingly, the guy with the second most carries on the team was Garrett Nussmeier with 4.
Okay, we're going to get to him. Yeah,
But
he picked up
it's
3 first downs.
yeah, 2 quarterback sneaks, a design draw on one, and one that was actual. There's 4 actual running plays. That wasn't sacks that
I
show
think
up
he
and
surprised himself on that one. He picked up 10, 11 yards. I think he surprised himself, wound up tripping over his own feet.
come on,
If
he
that would have
dove.
been Jaden Daniels, he'd still be running.
Yeah.
It was wide open. He'd still be running if it was Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but as
Yeah,
far as carries, I would say that yeah, Juwan Johnson probably is technically RB2 because
what it looked like.
Xavier got his runs
He's more of a
started out.
slash type
He
player.
started off outside and came in motion and took
Yeah,
it more
yeah, he
like
was jet
so
motion.
right. But Thomas and Johnson each had 3 carries, so they tied for the next amount of carries behind Durham, who had 17.
And then Jawan Johnson, like you mentioned, certainly got in the passing game too.
Yes.
On screens. Remember, there was a couple of years we didn't know what a screen was. We do now.
I
All right, so that leaves us with this quarterback guy. Is he any good?
think he's decent. I think he's
Yeah.
okay.
SEC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yes. And I think you said it best. What are people going to say when he has a good game?
Right.
Because uh, while this game was definitely a good game, but it was one of those good games where you had to really pay attention to what's going on because the offense by design was just designed to get the ball out quick, mostly short passes. It was just a very efficient offense. We didn't ask him to be Mr. Heisman. We didn't ask him to sling the rock all over the place. And I mean, he threw it 38 times, so he did throw it a lot, but we didn't ask him to make those big throws over and over and
Yeah.
over
It was
again.
a bunch
So
of short. It's almost like the that short passing game was an extension of the run game, and he excelled
yeah,
with
yeah.
Aaron Anderson, with
Uh,
Xavier Thomas, Barry and Brown, even Trey
uh,
Dez.
the thing
Um,
is, he didn't force anything, which is one of the things that we were looking for that growth. Now, the whole year starting this year too. Let's see that progression, and that's part of it. In years past, he'd have tried to force something somewhere, and he just never did.
1 minute. We got 1 minute.
Yes,
Um, let's get to real quick talking about PFF grades. Garrett Nussmeier, third on the team with a 75. He played well. He's going to do better. He didn't even have anywhere close to his best game. Y'all come join us on the GameDayTigers.com. Louisiana Tech coming into Tiger Stadium. I think we're
yes,
going to see a lot of new stuff. We're going to see a lot more players that we didn't even see this week, and we're going to have a great week. Hey, we got us a defense. We got us a team, dude. Number 3 in the country.
yes, absolutely.
Yep.
So
Y'all enjoy
I'm
your week
excited.
and go Tigers.
Go Tigers.